Yeah, hi, this is Vishal here from DrapCode. So in this video we will understand how to create or edit something in a pop-up, in a modal pop-up, right? So there are several use cases where you don't want user to be redirected to some other page, you just want them to show a pop-up, do some changes and just save it, and the changes should get reflected. So let's see how this can be done in DrapCode. So we have a dashboard, we have a collection called task. It has like couple of fields, okay. So task has a title, due date, status, assigned to, milestone and all. Okay. So I want to create a task on the fly on the pop-up and then just display it. So let's go and display the list of tasks. So let's say I want to display in the form of table. So I'll say get data from collection, task collection and all tasks. That's all what I want to do. Okay. I don't want this search bar. I'll just remove it. Okay. Put a header. Say my tasks, change the heading to maybe a smaller one. You can then apply some margin to the top, 25 pixel. Okay. Now I want a capability to be able to edit or create new tasks on the pop-up. Okay. So what I'll do, first of all, let's go and design the pop-up and then we'll link it here so that it creates that. Okay. For that, for model, we use snippets in DrapCode. So let's go and create a new snippet. I'll say create task. Okay. Here, instead of a snippet, you mark it as model because we want model pop-up. It is asking me if you want to bring dynamic data, that which collection you want to bind. Since we want to create task, we'll bind the task collection and then just create. Okay, the model is here, so I'll change the title. Let's say create task. Okay, I would suggest do not delete this structure because that is needed for model. Okay, but you can just do whatever changes you want to do inside this model body. So what I'll do, I'll go and put a collection form because that's all what we need. Okay, so collection form is for task. Okay, that's all. So it has created a task form. As of now, I don't have an event, so we'll create an event and then we'll come back here and then bind it. Okay, so let's say I want title, due date, status, assigned to I don't need, description I'll need, milestone I don't need. Okay, and this I'll just remove, don't need, and that's all. And task form this will remove because we already have it here. So I'll just remove this. Okay. And then just save it. So let's go and create an event which will bind to this form. Okay, and we'll also need to create an event to close the pop-up, right? So let's go and do it. I go to the event and say add event. So we'll need an event. So we'll need couple of events. Yes, first we'll need an event to open the pop-up. Second, we'll need an event to submit the form. We'll need one event to close the pop-up. Okay, so I'll say open create task pop-up. Okay, I'll create it. Here we'll just give one action which is a show model. Which model? Create task model. That's all, nothing else. Okay, so one event is done. Let's go create one more event. So create task via model. Create. So here we'll say in the collection save data. Okay, and we want to save it in the collection. I'll say task created. Okay, unable to create task. After that we just want to close the model. That's all. So I say close model. Okay, that's all. Now let's add one more event which is just to close the model. If someone clicks the X button, the model should close. Okay, close model. It will just close the model. That's all, nothing else. I'll say close model. That's all. You don't have to choose because close is a very specific action. It's a generic action, so it works everywhere. So let's go back to the event and in the create task pop-up, let's assign the create task via model event. So I'll choose the collection form, I'll choose the event which is create task via model. This is fine. Here let's bind the event to close the model. I'll go to the event and say close model, that's all. With click of cancel also I should close the model, so I say close model, that's all. Okay, now this is done. Let's go to the page and then open this model. So here let's put a button or a link, say create task. Okay, I want to bind a open task pop-up event, that's all, and let's rename it to create new task. Okay, and make it right aligned. Event is binded, everything is done. Okay, so let's apply the class, let's say btn primary. Okay, so this is it. Let's go and preview this. So we have created a button which will open a model, will fill the form, it will close the model, that's all. As of now there are 4 tasks in the system. Okay, so let's create this create task. If you see, it has created the, it has opened the model. So let's say task 111, some date, status will leave, task 111. Okay, and then I submit it. As soon as I submit it, it will just save the task and close the model. You can also refresh this table so that it immediately gets reflected here. We'll do it in a while. So it has saved the task and close the model. As of now it is not coming here, so let's go and add one more action. In the event create task via model, let me refresh the table so that the task gets displayed there immediately. So let's say before closing the model, I want to refresh the table. I'll go to navigation, refresh section, choose the page which is my dashboard page. Component is my table, so I'll say data table, and I can append, prepend. Okay, let's say append in the end, save it, then I'll say close the model. Okay, now let's go and reload this page. So create task, task 222, due date is something, okay, status is 22222, description 222, and submit it. Now it has saved the task, reloaded the table, and then closed the pop-up. You see this task is here which we just created. So this is this easy to create something via pop-up and show it on the UI immediately. Now we will see how to implement the edit flow in the model. Okay, so as of now we have created new task. Let's go and edit something. Okay, so same thing, we'll need action, we need an event which will just edit the task. So I'll go to event and create new event. I'll say edit task in model. Okay, I'll create it. So now we want to first update the collection. So I'll say update. Okay, let's say task updated. Okay, and I'll say enable to update task. After the update, what we want to do, we want to refresh the table again so that whatever changes we are doing should immediately get reflected. So I'll go back to navigation and say refresh section. I'll say in the dashboard, refresh the same table. Okay, and then maybe after that I'll just close the model. Okay, that's all. So I've created an event which will update the record, reload the table, and then close the model. Now let's go and create a model to show the edit form, and then create an event to open that model. Only these two things are remaining. So I'll go to my snippets and add a snippet again. Okay, now instead of create event, create task, we'll need edit task. edit task. Here I'll choose model collection, it's task collection. Okay, and then create. So now I'll say edit task in the body. Okay, we'll remove this close button, it's not needed. Now I'll drop a collection again. Okay, we'll choose the collection which is task collection, and event is, now we'll choose update task event which we just created. Edit task in model. Okay, I'll just close this, and then on the cancel button, let's close the pop-up. Close model. This is fine. This we don't need, so I'll just remove this also. Close the model. Okay, close model. That's all. Now we want to open this model pop-up on click of any task. Okay, so how we'll do it? Let's remove the milestones. Okay, so how do we do it? We go back to the dashboard page and bind this model with the button, right? But to open it, we need a open model event. So let's first go and create an event which is open model for task. Open model for task update. Okay, I'll create an event. So what this event is doing, this will just open the model pop-up which we need for task update. So I'll say model pop-up, show me the pop-up which is edit task, and that's all. Okay, so let's go to the page. Here in this edit, I can bind this particular event. So whenever this event gets triggered, it will just open the edit pop-up. So I'll go to my event and say open model for task update. This is the one which we just created, and that's all, nothing else. And I'll just save it. Let's open the page. Now as soon as I click this edit button, it should open a pop-up with that particular task. Because we binded the collection, it should take all the values pre-filled. We should be able to update it. The task should get updated and the value should get updated also. Okay, so let's edit this one, the one which we created, T2. Okay, I'll say edit. So it has actually opened the pop-up with the task data pre-filled. So let's say I'll say instead of task 2, I'll say task 3333. In the description also say task 3333. Okay, and updated some values, and then just save it. So it will update the task, it will reload the table, and it will close the pop-up. So I'll just submit. It has updated the task, shown the close the pop-up, and updated the table, right? Similarly you can do for any task. So let's say task 1, I'll say 11111 assigned to Robert, submit. If you want to create new task, go to create new task. Let's say task 6, due date. Okay, task 666. Submit it. The task 666 is here. You want to update it, click the edit pop-up. Task 666 here. Update something. Status. It's completed, assigned to, and then just update it. It is updated. So you can see how easy it is to create, edit something in pop-up. Hope this is useful. See you again in the next videos. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.